let's get some more Mordy action going on up in here. Looks like it's Trash Coast or Bust. Looks like we're rocking a good loadout here.
Iron Atlas, and you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands.
This is probably going to last a while. Looks like they're built from the same parts, except for the cylinder. And of course, who wouldn't favor Atlas over Tedium?
Regenerate ammo or even heal you. Get yours. Step right up.
I was just playing Borderlands 2 recently, so I have that paradigm in my mind brain. Type 4 barrel, Type 1 scope. I think that's a Type 2 stock. Type 5 barrel, Type 4 scope, and I want to say that's a Type 4 stock. So even though this is a ledge, this is a perp, if they were the same level, they would still be pretty close to evenly matched. Oh, what am I going to need? I don't like the Invader. I think I'll go ahead and sell it. I might end up selling all of my ordinary sniper rifles. Well, why have I not sold this if I have this, you might ask? Because of the barrel type and the body type, the fire rate, etc. Oh, it's a Stomper, but it has a 12-round mag. Don't need the Invader. Don't like the Invader. It's too weak. And I need the Stomper to have at least an 18-round mag, bare minimum. I think what I've got is good enough. I just kind of have this so I could use it as a match for... that's kind of a thematic thing. Thematic thing. But it's really not an impressive sniper rifle. It's pretty basic. Even though it is an Atlas. Alright. Everything seems to be in a different order from usual. I'm accustomed to Jacob's Cove being up there. Don't need to get another rider. I could use that explodey rider to shoot the eyes out of the rack hive, but that's just kind of an excuse to say you'll shoot your eye out, or I'll shoot your eyes out.
If you need healing, step right up.
Once again, a thematic thing, but not practical.
Going up against a bedrock opponent, you need a better gun.
I am interested in a level appropriate ancient shield. Health maxed out here. Oh, now you show up. This is just a basic green, but it's an Atlas masher. Atlas masher. Finish him.
Did that hurt?
A lot of Borderlands 1 players never think to play Mordy as a shotgunner. I might have mentioned this before. But Mordy can be a good shotgunner, especially with a Ranger class mod combined with skills pertaining to stuff like crit damage, accuracy, etc. Ha! That's something you can't do in Borderlands 2, except with a striker. I mean, in Borderlands 2, the closest comparable high accuracy shotgun wouldn't do that much damage at that range. Haha. Why a masher and a shotgun? Because mashers can't have blades in Borderlands 1. Only one accessory. A masher counts as an accessory.
You like that?
Finish him.
That hurt?
A blade in your faceless face. Faceless carapace. Carapace face. That's how I should have said it. Shotgun spike in your carapace face. Do 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 do. Oh, but it's a two-shooter. Which, of course, is why it's so powerful. I guess I have to get some use out of it. I wouldn't mind trying out a Torgue pistol with a blade and a vent rib. Those vent rib iron sights that I like.
Feel it!
If this was a 3-shooter, it would be more perfect, in my opinion.
So big,
At least it would be more my
so
style.
angry.
Love its super accuracy. By masher standards, with a Type 3 barrel.
I don't think he liked me. What? You like that?
I could have sworn I saw something drop down in the water.
That hurt? You like that? Another trophy from my wall.
Characters in Borderlands 2 could throw better, and because I've been playing that so much lately, yeah, that's my excuse.
Not bad, not bad.
No doubt that it's effective, but I just don't like 2-shooters. They don't make sense to me. They're a mechanical abomination. I mean, why make a revolver that has a cylinder with only 2 chambers? Bare minimum number of chambers that would make any sense whatsoever is 3. No fewer than that. And the reason is, what advantage would it have over a double-barreled gun? Why not just make it an over-under double-barreled gun? Or side-by-side. So even though that other one is more powerful and more accurate, this one is just more versatile. Your defiance into the air. you fly over all of my shots? Did that rack just fly through the rack hive? It's not how physics works. It did! It flew right through it. Oh, your eyes. You're all out of eyes. I'm not going to make it take a diarrhea dump on me. Have you ever done that before? Attack it from behind, it'll take a diarrhea dump on you. That's corrosive. I think. That's too grody for me. Oh, look at the grody guts. That's too grody for me, and I consider Street Trash to be a cinematic masterpiece. I need to get some use out of this. Another masher. This one has an even better body type, but that doesn't make it better than this. If I didn't already... Well, let's just see. Kind of like to find an explosive Cyclops. The Cyclops can be elemental, right? I just don't think I've ever found an elemental Cyclops before. I'm wondering, would it proc per shot regardless of element? Because the only sniper rifles that proc per shot, if they're elemental, are typically legendaries or explodies of any rarity rating. Well, if you wondered why you can't kill that particular fire rack. Fire-breathing rack, I guess that's what that is. Or why can't you kill it to death? See if I can rack them and stack them. Get them all in a row. Spastic flying gremlins. What are they doing and why are they doing it? I'd rather they just attack me. It's less annoying. Oh, more. Did you just screw me out of confetti? Probably wouldn't have been anything good anyway. But it's the principle of the thing. Oh, yeah. Almost forgot about my Mountain Doom throwback. DEWM. Or DO0M if you prefer. Everything always goes back to Doom. I feel bad for the fact that this thing is still kind of alive. With its grody guts exposed. I want to just put it out of its misery. I mean, it seems like that's what Hammerlock would do. He wouldn't let a beast suffer. Because it's, if you really put things in context, it's not a monster, it's just an animal. A beast. Granted, it will kill you to death, just like pretty much everything else on Pandora. Kill you to death in the face. This Atlas Masher has the least accurate revolver barrel, the Type 2. I know I've talked about this before, but it's worth reiterating. It works well on a Masher. Because maybe on a Masher you don't necessarily want the tightest pattern. Maybe you want a moderate pattern. And in this case, the loosest pattern is a moderate pattern.
Don't let the lads get the upper hand. You had better go today. Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles?
Sticking with what I've got. It's the middle part. That's why this capacity is so high, even though this is a blue 47 and this is a perp 52. You know how you can tell what a perfectly parted shield looks like in Borderlands 1? I describe it like this. On the left side you want the 3 prongs. On the right side you want the thing that looks like a soda can, which is not depicted here. And in the middle you want the dog dish, which is this thing right here. So this has 2 out of 3, and that ain't bad. Keep it, keep it. Sell it, even though it is good. Keep it, I still need to get some use out of it. Sell this. I want to have some fun with this, but it doesn't have the sight that I like. Don't need a teddy if I've got an Atlas. Too inaccurate. This is just interesting. Elemental Carnage. Those are rare. Yeah, it's a green, but it's rare to have an Elemental Carnage. And they proc per shot. They always proc per shot, regardless of make, model, or rarity rating.
Remember, you can always count on Marcos when the best comes around.
I think I have everything maxed out. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 2, so it feels funny to hear myself say that I need to get back in the swing of Borderlands 1. Seeing as how this is my jam outside of Stalker. What would you say is the Unkempt Herald of Borderlands 1. The Unforgiven Masher or the Pestilent Defiler. In terms of how it functions, most would probably say the Unforgiven Masher because it's multi-projectile. I call the Herald a Merv Masher because it's basically a hybrid of a Masher and a Merv. A modified Masher, but still kind of Masher-like. A Gyrojet Masher. That's just me. I love it. Well, who doesn't? I mean, just the concept, I like it.
You like that?
I'll poke your eye out. I'll poke your eye out. Yeah, too basic. Three melee strikes and not one of them was a lethal. That's something I like better about Brick than Morty. Brick and Morty, yeah, I have to say that every time. Is that Brick's melee strikes always do consistent, predictable damage, which some might consider to be ironic given the fact that he's kind of chaotic neutral and doing things in a consistent fashion is typically indicative of a lawful temperament. A lawful type person, or blue oni, to use a term that I got from TV tropes and idioms, tends to be outwardly harmonious, but probably has some inward chaotic something going on. Outwardly harmonious, inwardly chaotic. A red oni is outwardly chaotic and inwardly harmonious. They tend to be impulsive. They don't usually bother strategizing, whereas blue oni types typically enjoy the strategic aspect of battle or whatever their job happens to be. I love bladed shotguns. A two-shooter. Of course, I love the bladed shotguns in Borderlands 2 also as well. But I especially like the fact that any weapon can have a bayonet, blade, pig sticker on it. Not all of them are bayonets in the traditional sense. Like Torg and Bandit shotguns in Borderlands 2 have Just a moment.
What? You like that?
What I call orc swords. Orc sword blade attachments. That's what their shape reminds me of anyway. Well, that's fun. But I'm in the mood for some Roland style machine gun action. No, I should be taking cover because I'm taking fire, but I'm a bit over-leveled. And my Torg shield is top of the line. Wow. I'm terrible. For some reason I was pressing the strafe key and I wasn't strafing. Here's a really simple thing that most wouldn't even notice that I like better about Borderlands 2 than Borderlands 1. You can sprint and strafe and circle or look around, mouse look, without it interfering with your ability to sprint. In this, you can run straight and strafe while sprinting, but if you try to strafe and look around, you'll stop sprinting. You'd be surprised how much of a difference that can potentially make. Especially for someone like me whose brain relies so much on intuition. What am I doing? I know how to get over there on that pipe. It's been too long. Is that a right brain trait, or is intuition controlled by both hemispheres of the brain? Imagine how awesome this machine gun, or any machine gun, would be with a big sticker bayonet on it. I started off my Axton LP on True Vault Hunter mode with something like that. Blue Label Bandit LMG. The dull barrel, a pig sticker bayonet. I think it had a want to say a flat off grip and a dull stock. In Borderlands 1, all weapon parts could have as many as 5 variants. I think I'm getting close to it. I hope I did not take a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I should be wearing my Jacob's hat. There it is. Now I am wearing it. What a scenic place this is. It's like Street Trash meets Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin. Really? Yeah. Video game logic, you can't just step over a small obstacle. You have to jump over it. But only sometimes. Apparently. Take a swig of my drink. A long swig. Just like Lester Chaikin in the opening cutscene of Out of This World, aka Another World. Don't know why I did that. Follow the diamond. Your paint job is kind of, I guess, Maliwan-esque. Situate some things here. There we go. Now. I know I don't use my map much. Sometimes I still need to, even after all these years. You're not a beetle. You don't look anything like the Order of Coleoptera.
You like that? That hurt.
So why am I using Roland style weapons if I'm playing Morty? I guess I'm just in that kind of mood at the moment. Doesn't that screw up your proficiencies, you might ask? No. You don't screw up your proficiencies. You just continue to gain. Character skills can be applied to off-perk weapons. This isn't killing. Speaking of which, I still need to get killing floor 2. Yeah, that would be awesome. Except for the basic body type. That abdomen.
What? You didn't like that?
Do you prefer Spider-Man AI in Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2? Because it seems to be different
That hurt?
in each game.
You like that?
Tried to strafe, but I started strafing too late.
Feel it!
Zone sportsmanship style. There you are. Was wondering if you were going to show. I have my weapons in a different order from how I usually have them arranged. Stuck on the scenery. Don't get stuck on the scenery. You know what I should have done? I should have lunged at Tarantula, however you pronounce that, and finished her off with a melee strike while yelling, "Finish her!" Or finish it. I will be getting lots of use out of the Defiler, but right now I think I'll go with this, and need to get some use out of that, and of course this. Atlas, SNS, Atlas, Torg. Eventually, I will have to bring myself to retire both the Cobra and the Skullmasher. It's just too hard to say goodbye. Since there's nothing resembling Claptrap's secret stash. The only way to transfer weapons and items from one character to another is through another player acting as an intermediary, or as a quartermaster, you could say. I was expecting more. Severely disappointed. Once again, stuck on scenery. I was getting salty at one point during my first episode of my it's a 2-shooter though. True Vault Hunter mode, Axton. Because I died, and the only reason I died was because I got stuck on the scenery. Had that not happened, I would have been able to get a handle on the situation. That took more than I expected. I can afford to be reckless with the ammo. Bow to my weaponry. I don't like stockless rifles. Shoulder-fired weapon should have a stock. It's only logical. The absence of a stock reduces stability, which makes sense, but it also increases equip speed, making it faster to bring into action. And there's some logic behind that, but I still think it's pointless. You have a stockless weapon that should have a stock anyway.
Time to pass.
Elemental Thanatos, regardless of element. Or S&S machine pistols in general, really.
So you want me to share, huh?
Always effective. While I'm here... looks like I'll be knocking all of Trash Coast out in one fell swoop. Sideways opening mouth. Just like the beast creature from Deep Star 6, except these skags are quadrupeds. Also kind of remind me of graboids. In one of the, at least one of the DLCs for Borderlands 2, I think it's Captain Scarlet and her pirate's booty. There are creatures called craboids, and you know that name has to be an homage to graboids from the Tremors movies, since the Borderlands series is all about the references. And I'm cool with that because I'm a movie buff. I think a lot of us are. Electric Thanatos is great for Lil with a Tempest class mod. I didn't say finish him. I feel like I should see what's up here, because I don't remember. Let's get a lay of the land.
That hurt?
This is how accurate the light machine gun from Fallout New Vegas should be. its inaccuracy renders it useless, in my opinion, because they really can't do anything that you can't do better with a 10mm submachine gun. The only 5.56 weapon in Fallout New Vegas that I like is the varmint rifle, which is supposedly the most basic 5.56. Didn't quite see when that casing disappeared. I think when it hit the ground.
Did that hurt? You like that?
Crouching tiger, hidden assault rifle, or in this case, machine gun. Some people don't differentiate, but they should. The game differentiates. Combat rifle, machine gun, not the same thing. They use the same ammo. Pseudo stomp. That didn't even stun him. You notice how the bandit prioritizes me over the monster? Yeah, I know earlier I said they're not monsters, they're just beasts.
They're still escaping, Merc!
Ammo count black, as Roland would say. See how I jump to get a vantage point over its carapace and then fire downward? Why couldn't Tarantella be this tough?
I don't think he liked me.
If a coiled snail shell drum like this only held 32 rounds, that would typically be indicative of a very large caliber, like say 458 SOCOM. A coiled snail shell drum of a size that would fit, let's say, I want to say 100 5.56 rounds would fit, I think, roughly 30 rounds of 458 SOCOM, but don't quote me on that. A 30-round Stanag mag will hold 10 rounds of 458 SOCOM without modification. In case you don't know what a Stanag mag is, that's what most think of as an AR mag.
It's time!
Or AR-15 mag. But the more universal term is Stanag or Stanag. I've heard it pronounced both ways. It stands for Standardized Agreement.
What do we have here?
Blah.
That hurt?
Fun.
Feel it!
Morty's cackling like a madman. That means he must be having too much fun, Marcus. Of course, I'm stuck on the scenery. Where did that blast? That came from you. I saw it at an odd angle, I guess. So it made me think that there was something attacking me from over there, as well as from this direction.
Challenging kill.
See if I'm bearing the Atlas logo again. That's determined by how many shots you fire out of weapons of a particular brand. So naturally, it's rare to bear the Jacobs logo.
Another trophy from my wall. Like that.
but prioritize the matriarch,
Not bad.
prioritize matriarchs and zappers. I forget which is worse.
Feel it.
Well, looks like I've trashed the trash coast. Take another swig of my drink here.
You like that?
I am eager for an Atlas shotgun. I'd like to get a 4 or even 5-piece matching set of Atlas guns. 5-piece would include a repeater, and I don't commonly use repeaters because, well, if you have a machine pistol, you don't really need one.
Upgrade now.
Usually, unless you just want to play around with one, or if you're conducting weapon experiments. If you're into that sort of thing, I am.
Man's here.
Tactician, hey, this is almost top of the line. It's a 4-line purple model 660. If it was a 5-line perp model 660, then it would be top of the line. Keep it, sell it, sell it, keep it, sell it, sell it, keep it, sell it, sell it, sell it. Oh, I don't really need this. It's just kind of cool. Sell it. Not a high enough level. Maybe even if it had a better body type. Oh, my throat's getting dry. Well, I wanted to get some use out of the Leviathan because it's kind of like a grenade launcher, and I like grenade launchers. So while I'm here, maybe I'll torment these spider ants if they've respawned. If they haven't respawned, I'll go find some other ones. Yeah, I think I'll go find some other ones anyway, because I'd like to check a couple of red chests. All right, just to be sure, I think this is everything in the trash coast. Yeah. Oh, I think this is the specific part of Rust Commons East where I want to be. The Cauldron. This way I don't have to wade through those little skitterlings that just annoy you.
Are you about ready to get rolling?
Yeah, this is the place. Skitterlings over there. More of them pop up here. That's just one of my nicknames for them.
Whether you are killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty gun by your side. You got my machines and their scary needles.
Brick can get really good use out of a corrosive Leviathan. That can be like his answer to Mordy's Defiler. A Defiler is good for anything, but naturally it's especially good for Mordy. This really needs something more like a quadrant sight, which I know doesn't exist in this game. That's more stalker-like, or a leaf sight, or a ladder sight, a grenade launcher sight. I like grenade launchers because I like indirect fire weapons. They require panache and finesse to use effectively. Means you have to practice with them, and that's part of the fun. Pathetic. Yeah, you really have to be Brick to get good use out of this. Brick can really tear up Old Haven with a corrosive Leviathan. Doesn't have to be a corrosive Leviathan. That's just something you can use that's a bit more interesting than the usual. I'm jumping in the air to gain a better vantage point. Not bunny hopping to avoid damage. Yeah, it's predictable disappointment. Maybe I should get some use out of this. But not like that. Yeah, these aren't really the enemies for that. Finish him. Well, I got some use out of the Leviathan at least.
What?
Ha!
Ain't like that?
Will that be a 37 or a 46? 46. See how it compares. Is that another perp? It is.
That hurt?
Don't really need a bruiser. If it was... I'd be more likely to use it if it was a double anarchy or a double SMG. Double SMGs are good too. Hyperion doesn't make double anarchies. Imagine how much of a game killer that would be. But they do make excellent double SMGs. Oh, come on. Up and over pile. Really? Really? We're playing this game now? Why are you doing this to me? Never had this much trouble with this before. Shouldn't have any trouble with it. This shouldn't be an issue. This shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening? Why does stuff like this exist? Why would anyone bring this into existence? A situation like this. There. I mean, what? Yeah, it wasn't even worth the effort anyway. But again, it's the principle of the thing. I know I say that all the time, don't I? I know this is an old game by today's standards, but it was still made in the 21st century. There just is no excuse for that.
Make sure it's you.
I'll say goodbye to the Leviathan. Elemental Leviathans are the best.
If you need healing, step right up.
If the Leviathan is even your style. Leviathan, the movie from 1989, is one of my favorite movies. While I'm here, I should check these shops and
Those guns absorb a lot of
red
recoil,
chests in the area.
allowing you to stay accurate throughout the fight.
If I didn't already have what I have, that would be a consideration right there.
First aid kit. You won't regret it. Don't settle for anything less than the best.
Another day, another kill.
New toys. I'll stick with that for now. Oh, what do I want to play with? I guess I've got to play with my new toys. Even though it's already outmoded. I forget, what's so special about the patent? Is it just that it fires fast or what? has a Type 5 body. Atlas Master with a Type 5 body. I know this isn't a Master, but I'm saying if it was a Master, oh, you could wreck everything with it. It would be glorious.
If you're ready, budget,
2 minutes.
Hyperion is always the place to catch a ride. You can paint all kinds of pretty colors to boot. Sure catch a ride.
We're going too slow.
Are you using an explosive flat-off machine gun? Vlads don't make good elementals. Most of them don't anyway. Terrible proc rate. Ugh. It has that kind of reload animation. I hate that. Yeah, I'll just use this a little bit and I'll sell it.
Yeah, not bad.
I just can't tolerate that horrible reload animation. It's not even the speed of the animation. It's just the fact that it's pointlessly over-exaggerated. Oh, an S&S exploding machine gun. Well, this would be a good weapon for brick. But I would have expected it to proc more, because it's an S&S. It even has the... I think this is the second best material type. Oh, I just missed it.
Power. And honestly, what else do you need?
Because I was too preoccupied with examining the weaponry.
It's time
Yeah.
for another pound of flesh.
Well, I used the patent a little bit at least.
Time to pound some meat puppets.
Yeah, what do I want?
Strip the flesh.
If he took more than one
Type
shot,
4 barrel.
weren't using a Jacobs.
I would prefer acid or fire for an elemental S&S machine gun. Why do I like to score long-range shots with iron sights? Instead of scoped weapons? Well, because it's more fun for me. 7 shots should have been enough. It usually is. 7 shots from any weapon that isn't I think it's 4 with an elemental.
You like that?
7 with an ordinary weapon. And if it's a shotgun or masher, depends on how many projectiles hit. Does the patent always have that long reload? Not the long. It's not the length of the reload. It's the exaggerated reload animation. I don't remember. Whatever I might have found in that vending machine would probably be under levels anyway. Well, I don't know. 46 is still totally viable. In some cases, some level 40 weapons are still viable. 37 is outmoded by this point, which includes the Torg Cobra I have back in my collection, but like I said, it's just too hard to say goodbye. That and the Skullmaster.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and
There's a volcano
reload speed.
and an 18-round stomper.
Easy to use gun.
I would buy this if it had a Type 2 sight or better. Well, it has a Type 1 body. Yeah, at this point in the game, I should hold out for something that's more better, more perfect. Oh, 43.
Get your mitts here.
And it has a Type 4 barrel and a Type 1 scope, so it's under-scoped for its capabilities. Accuracy-wise, let me go back and Underdome. Why not just make these in alphabetical order? There it is, the Underdome. I was looking for a U, but I was looking for it at the beginning, so my eyes glanced right over it until my eyes made a second pass.
Torg combines good damage, high fire rate, and recoil reduction into one. If you need healing, step right up.
34. 34? Thwack. well,
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and incredibly fast reload.
it's not bad, but
TDR makes an easy
I've already got
gun.
better stuff. I could just sell this Thanatos too. Do I have a volcano? Remember when I said anything below 46? No, I didn't say that, did I? What did I say? What's obsolete at this point? No, I remember saying something about 40s still being viable.
Is shooting bullets just not cool enough for you? Get a Maliwan and light some people on fire.
Cobalt is a better material type. This has a Type 4 barrel, this has a Type 3. This provides more power. Now this is more accurate. Base damage doesn't matter so much with an elemental, especially if it procs per shot, which the Volcano does. And they both have the same Type 1 scope and the same Type 1 stock. And they're both 6-shot. So I will keep the one I've got.
This is where cars live. Get you one. Forget your ride.
Let's get our
Now.
feet out of the dust.
I need to go check some more red chests. Why do I want to say crates? They're not crates, they're chests. And at least one white chest.
Satisfaction.
What's wrong with me? I was about to say sniper rifles are for chumps, and then I kept missing with a master at a room length distance. Maybe I just need a break.
You like that?
I don't really think sniper rifles are for chumps. That's just the flavor text of the Jacob Striker.
Another trophy from my wall.
Frivolous tactical reload.
Does that hurt?
Junk.
Beat it!
Saw a red dot. Happened to glance down at my indicator majig. Saw a red dot, so I responded to it. I don't know why this stays here. Glitch. not going to bother checking the shops over there. Is that a Cobra? Of course it would have a Type 1 body and a Type 1 sight and a 12-round mag. The only good thing about it is the Type 5 barrel. It also has a Type 1 stock, but that's acceptable. Yeah, it's a Cobra. But it's not a good Cobra. I want good Cobras. I want good Stompers. Hyperion doesn't make a Stomper. Doll and Tedior do, and of course the doll ones are the best. Well, since Widowmaker came out, I might as well fight it. Should have killed Hero while I was over at the Cauldron. Just to be fair. Another white Atlas. Was trying to pick up that money. I don't need to get back out of my vehicle just to pick up money. I don't need to be that much of a money grubber. That would be a... I'll just say that's a bad habit that I picked up from Marcus. So many skitterlings. You go squish now. And when I say that, I'm not quoting a Goliath from Borderlands 2. I'm quoting Homer Simpson. You go squish now. I can't do a good Homer voice, so I'm not even going to try. But I do remember that he says that in one episode. Another boring Vlad launcher. I found a Cobra in there once. I think that's where I found my first Cobra as Mordy in my LP Playthru-1. That was a poorly parted Cobra, but still, it was a Cobra. I think it was built entirely from Type 1 parts, which was why it had a fire rate of 0.8 despite being semi-auto. Not a pump-actuated, single-action revolving sniper rifle. Always seems like there's one more than you expect there to be. You think you've done the thing and then something else pops up.
Alright, let's get you rolling, man. If you need healing, step right up. Whether you are killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty gun by your side.
Type 5 barrel. I don't know. I'll continue to hold on to it for now. This is the only place where I've ever found level 16 legendaries on Playthru-1. And being level 16 means they'll always be dull.
Don't let the lads get the upper hand. Get a better gun today.
Other than that, the lowest level ledges I've ever found were level 19. I've never found level 19 Atlas. That's a tier for Atlas. It's also a tier for Torg and Vladoff. Torg, Vladoff, Atlas, and it's the first tier for Iridian weapons. Level 19. Keep that in mind if it's your first playthrough. The first ledges you're likely to encounter will be level 19. But level 16 dull ledges do exist. They're kind of an anomaly. Because by the time you find any, you don't need them. Because by the time you get here, you'll be a higher level than that.
Yeah, what you want?
That would be decent for its level. Since I already have this. I don't need it. It's built from basic parts, but explodey sniper rifles.
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles?
I like them. And we just had a shop changeover again, so I'll need to go and check those shops again.
If you want to get to the vault first, you're gonna need to eliminate the competition.
But first, underpass. Tannis's place. I wonder if she's named after the city of Tannis. Referenced in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Hey, don't be shy now. Come on, catch a ride.
I wonder if that's why they named her Tannis.
If you need healing, step right up.
As a reference to that.
Whether you are killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty gun by your side.
Since they're all about the references. What happened there? Frame rate spike. Could be caused by anything, some program kicking in automatically. Who knows?
Lady luck. Time for a nice, relaxing drive.
For some reason, whenever you park there, your character will always jump out to the right, even if you're right next to the cliff. And they should jump out to the left because the cliff is to the right. Why don't you cock the gun a few more times? I know. If the equip speed of it... Not the equip speed. It has to go through its animation. Something else I like better about Borderlands 2. Your character doesn't have to do an unnecessary dramatic cock the gun dramatically, because it's dramatic like they do in movies. If you did that in real life, you'd be ejecting an unspent cartridge, which is wasteful, even if you recollect it, because you shouldn't have ejected it in the first place. It's inefficient and unprofessional. Once again, I'm trying to sprint while circle strafing.
You need something?
Old Haven.
Keep your eyes open.
One reason why I'm over-leveled is because I played through Zombie Island on Playthru-2. I wanted to wait till Playthru 2.5, but it was October, so I couldn't resist. Next best thing to a Hellfire. forget, do I have a Hellfire back in my collection? I didn't think to look.
Someone always has the upper hand. Make sure it's you.
Full deck. Let me check something. Just a moment. Yeah, I'll just check a few shops. Well, hold on. There's a red chest over there. I should go check that out.
Nothing like a challenging kill.
Keep finding all these launchers that I don't need. I'll check the middle of nowhere shops.
Look at you roll.
Then I'll go back to Underdome and call it.
Maliwan gun shoot more lightning than the next leading competitor.
I would only use a double SMG
Needs a real doctor
if it
when you
has
get
a good
machines
barrel
in their
tag,
scary needles.
because otherwise you might as well hold out for a double anarchy.
Boy, this is the place to catch a ride. You can find it all down, catch a ride. Boom.
Get our feet out of the dust.
The dust. I should use that joke, or turn that into a joke the next time I'm in or at the dust bluff in Borderlands 2.
Get out of here!
Did I turn in everything? I think I did. Yeah.
Flat off. You don't need to be a better shot. You just need to shoot always something new. Visit all our convenient locations.
So much junk.
If you need healing, step right up.
Da, 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 da.
Comms can improve accuracy, regenerate ammo, or even heal you. Get yours right here.
I've probably brought this up before, but who decided that 7 should be the standard number of pellets for shotguns or shotgun-style weapons in video games? It's a prime number. Ah, there we go. Now I'm bearing the Atlas logo. Kind of a prestige in that. Anyway, till next time, catch you on the flip side and see you next mission.